Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie. We are with Unicorn Properties from EXP, and today we're going to talk about Mexico. Not only about the country itself, we covered that last week, but also about the cost, lifestyle, and what is living like here. I introduced myself the last time, but I live in Chicago, but I came to Mexico about 3 years ago, and then I stayed because it's such a lovely town, it's a lovely country, and it has so much potential for real estate, which we will learn more about today. Please mute yourselves and make sure that you share who you are, your current location, what countries you want to learn more from, about, and what's your goal for this call. Because many of us want to expand internationally, or many of us want to interact or network with other agents in EXP. So please do introduce yourselves in the chat to make sure that we can go back to the chat and see who's who, and then we can connect later. This is the agenda that we'll have today. It's about, we want to chat with our managing brokers. They have half an hour with us. So we'll make it super, concise, make sure that you get to know them. You can ask questions, you see their faces besides the avatar, and then you can, learn more about the market here. We'll go over some structure, commission breakdown, some signature listings that our peers have shared with us, and some of the ones that we have as well. And then some signature agents that have sent their information, their picture, and they're in contact with us. And the intention with this call is to promote the agents within EXP wherever they are. Today, we're talking about Mexico, but we have an agenda coming up for other countries as well. So we'll go over also, anything that has to do with price, why Mexico is such a good investment. Certain areas are better than others based on your preference, based on your client's preferences. And also want to talk about currency fluctuations and how that affects the market, how you'll see some of the prices online, and maybe how that will translate to prices variation just based on currency. This is the agenda that we have for the next few months. So I don't know if you have been in other calls, but we had another call last week. It was all about Mexico. And we're going to talk about, what we're trying to do is do the theory and the practice. The theory meaning, let's talk about the how do we do this, the legal, the process, how is it different from the US, and also the practice. Today is the practice. And we're going to go over, okay, once we know what we need to know about the country and the market, how do we apply it to the real life? How do we know the listings? How do we connect with other agents? How do we refer agents so you can also make extra money with referrals, especially for different countries? Please save the date. We have Spain coming up next week. The week after, we have Dominican Republic. And in March, we have India. So we're going to have really good content about each country. We're trying to invite the managing brokers so you get to know them too. And you can, talk to one-on-one with them in case you want to onboard new agents, in case you want to grow your market there, in case you want to send referrals, you have all the resources that you need. So these calls are coming up. Please take a screenshot or save it in your calendar, but we'll share this link, the recording after we're done with the call. The recordings from last week, we talked about Mexico real estate as a theory, what you need to know before you refer. The link to the video is here. If you want to go and watch it, just scroll down, is the 4th playlist in our YouTube channel, just so you have a little, background on what we talked about last week, because it's going to add up to this week. My screen is cutting off, but here it is. So once you watch it, you can see more about the theory and, how to send referrals. It will be available for a limited time, but also make sure that you join, the YouTube channel so you have more information about what's next. I want to introduce our managing brokers. So I'll stop sharing for now so you can see them. And here is mostly for them to share about themselves, how they got started with EXP and, what's next. Please, Ismael or Uzluzma.
Thank you, Natalie.
If you want to share, how
Can you
long
hear
have you
me?
been with EXP and, how is the market, do's and don'ts, some myths, what can go wrong if they don't stay within the system or, work outside of EXP, like we've seen in many cases, that we talked about last session. So please.
Sure. So, ¿está bien si empieza, Isma?
Yes,
No
please, Luzma, go ahead. Yes.
Thank you. So, hello everybody, nice to meet you. I am Luzma Acevedo. Luzma, no Isma, because Natalie was laughing, making joke before about Luzma, Isma. Sounds like a band. I am Luzma, and I have 50 years of experience in real estate. And recently I was hired as the regional country leader in the central region of Mexico. Today, I would like to share with you some information about our country and the real estate market, which in Mexico has experienced steady growth driven by various factors such as urbanization, increase in housing demand, infrastructure, development, and foreign investment. Major cities like Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey have been hubs of real estate activity with an increase of the construction of residential, commercial, and industrial projects, as you may know. This real estate market is shifting. In this changes time, it is important to think outside the box. New technologies will continue to disrupt how real estate business is being conducted going forward. So agents that embrace these changes can have first mover advantages to gain more market share domestically and create a stronger penetration globally in the market. So I read in its investor report this year, JP Morgan Chase highlights that Mexico's advantages are its demographics, low labor costs, experienced manufacturing sector, and available logistics, industrial networks, and a wide range of free trade agreements. Mexico is the #1 opportunity for foreign investors, and the current situation and the new era of deglobalization, its maquiladora industry, its geographical proximity to the United States, and its lower labor costs compared to China have led Wall Street analysis to consider that this could be the moment for the country. So we are here, Ismael and I, to invite you to be part of EXP, to bring your investors, clients closer to betting on a property in Puerto Vallarta, Riviera Maya, or Los Cabos, perhaps in Mexico City or Monterrey. EXP breaks boundaries and connects the best real estate agents in the world, and they are the best because they are open to all possibilities. They have broadened their horizons and understand that technology will not replace them, but that they could be replaced by agents who are embracing technology. So nice to meet you. This is a brief introduction to what EXP and Mexico are offering to all of you.
Thank you, Luzma. Isma.
Thank you, Nathalie. Thank you, Luzma. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I see some familiar faces, Emilia, Marco, and some others. Nice to see you here all. I'm Ismael. I am the country director for the region north and south of Mexico. I'm excited for what comes next for our company in our country. You know, we founded EXP, as many of you know, around 3 years, well, a little bit more than 3 years ago. We've changed a lot in this past 3 years, but maybe not enough, right? Maybe not enough. So I'm here to share with all of you that 2024 is going to be the year for EXP Realty in Mexico. So we are working, all of us, very closely together, you know, Luzma and I and the staff and the global, in order to be able to make those changes to fully adapt to the best practices of all of you, all of the agents in the country, and I wanna, you start a little bit on that. The main purpose, well, I'm just assuming all of you are real estate agents, right? And in the country in Mexico. So we understand what's going on in our country in the opportunities that it represents to all of us and to all of our clients and to all of the investors. And we have all seen in this past year, I say the past year, that the market has contracted a little bit, in the country. Are you guys agree with me, or are you seeing something different? I've seen it in some areas, particularly touristic areas, Cancun on the south. Los Cabos is still very strong. It's going strong. It's developing a lot. Vallarta, Mazatlan, Monterrey. However, based on the research that we've looked at and that we've made in the past months, especially last month, in the beginning of this one, we're starting to see some improvements that gives us a lot of positivity, to outlook to the future. And that's where we want to come in. I know some of you, if not all of you, are already part of EXP, some in Mexico, some in other countries. But the goal for us as a company is to be able to be there for you in order to succeed on this challenging times, and to prepare you with, all the tools, training systems, and resources that you may need in order to thrive, right? The EXP was founded in a challenging market in the US, and the model is actually built on a way that equips our agents to have, success on difficult times. So I just want to take this time to let you know, please, if you need anything, if there's anything in the model that you guys think we're missing today, right now is the moment to let us know. Because right now we are on I'm going to say design. It's counterintuitive because it's been 3 years. But right now, Luzma and I are, getting back to the table and drawings and strategizing how are we going to move forward. And we have to do it now. So please, if there's anything that we can do to support you guys for your productivity, number one, that's the goal, productivity. How can we, as a company, help you be more productive? And I know, Natalie, that you're doing your part on this by doing this call. So congratulations. This is amazing. And this is amazing that you're doing it internationally. You guys are gonna have a lot of good insights from Spain. The new broker from Spain is great. And what can I say about Victor in República Dominicana, and Shashank, great guy in India. So also congratulations to you all for being here. So yeah, that's me. Thank you all. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Ismael. Thanks for sharing. And the whole idea with this call first was to get to know you, the other agents to get to know you. Some people are from EXP, some people are curious about EXP, but overall, I want to just showcase how much EXP does for the agents in general around the world, because sometimes we don't emphasize that enough, or we don't talk to each other. We're like always, Mexico hangs out with Mexico, US hangs out with the US, Canada with Canada, but we don't have those cross borders of networking. Only we have workplace, but at least here, we get to see each other in person.
Correct, Natalie, and we need to remember, that's part of Glenn's vision, our founder's vision, and he has mentioned this a lot of times already. We are the largest independent brokerage, in the US and the fastest growing in the world. And we have the goal to become the ultimately global brokerage. This sets us apart with other brands, that are franchises. We know that how they work, and that they're really different businesses, although they do things, on their way, and it works for the people that needs that type of support. But at EXP, we're one company all across the world. We're one company. So we really need to take advantage of that. Start collaborating with each other and exploring the opportunities that we have in EXP in order to not only produce in other countries, to receive income from transactions made in other countries, to be, accionistas, stockholders. How do I say that?
Stockholder.
Yeah, shareholders, to own stock from a company all across the world, and not only in real estate but technology. So yes, let's that's the goal, Nathan.
Awesome. Would you guys be open to share? I know we only have you for 10 more minutes, but would you be open to share do's and don'ts that are, maybe based on Mexico experience? Like, what are some success stories that you've seen, and maybe some of the things that, we can maybe save time by learning from you, or it has happened before?
I can share a few, right? About production and about attraction. But I would touch attraction first. Number one, most importantly, we all know what revenue share is, right? One of our compensation programs that rewards agents for attracting other agents to join the company. Revenue share doesn't work if there's not production in between, right? The main goal and the most important part of our company and of your company, your business, is production. We need to focus on helping people sell and buy a property. That's the main goal. That's I would say, Natalie, that you say the do's and don'ts. That's one of the bigger don'ts that we discover on this 3 years. We started, just as context, we opened up on the 30th of November of 2020 now. Day one, we onboarded more than 130 agents. I would say 120 didn't have real estate experience, or they were very, very, very new. So that's one of the don'ts. We need to make sure we are partnering up with other agents in the same mindset as all of you are, that want to learn, that want to implement new strategies, that want to implement new ideas, and that want to grow their business through production. And revenue share will come along, right? Revenue share will come along with production. So it's production first, and then revenue share. The other thing that I would say is all of us need to be aware is that revenue share also may take a little while to start. Well, it grows with time. That's what I want to say. It grows with time. Okay. And if we think about, one of the things that I always say, if we think about production, if you have a conversation with the top agents all around the world, and the biggest teams and the mega agents, and you ask them what are their goals and what are they struggling with, I guarantee 80% of them are going to say the same thing. What they want to do, and that they haven't found the correct way to do it, is one word: expansion, right? Expansion is the next big thing for real estate agents. I'm not saying all of you are there already. We all know that we need to become a local expert in our area, and that's to build our hub or our base where we are, because that's the market. And if we are growing a team, that's the easiest way that we can, have control over our business and actually build a predictable business. That it is the main goal. And after that, doing expansion is the next step. Now with AI, that there's a lot of models on how to do expansion, but EXP for me offers one of the best models for expansion. Why? Because it's not expensive. You know, before joining EXP, I was a country director for Keller Williams in Mexico. And one of my main goals was to build, well, not build because it was already being built in the US, but to implement the expansion model in Mexico and also the teams model. There's a very, very well made model of expansion in KW. That's how they call the ESO, expansion systems. Well, actually, ESO is the training expansion systems orientation is very well made. I won't say it isn't. But page like 1 in the introduction, it says don't try expansion unless you have at least, I can't remember, but it was like $25,000 or something like that to risk and to invest on it, right? So doing it that way is very expensive. I'm taking a lot of time, I'm sorry, but we maybe Nathalie after the session that you're doing after India, we could do a couple of calls on expansion and strategize about how can we actually expand our businesses with EXP, you know, because it's not, we all know it's not like EXP is going to do expansion for you. You have to do expansion. You have to find how to do it. You have to find the correct ways on your target in other cities or in other markets, you know, to find the right partner to do. There's different models on how to do expansion. We can go over that with more time, but that is something that I personally believe that if you're already on a place where you're having success in your local region and you're becoming, you know, you're recognized as the local expert, that's something that you should start thinking about. If you're not the local expert, if you haven't you know, dominated your local area, then forget about it, because well, not forget about it, but don't make it your first priority, right? Because one of the most difficult things about expanding your business is, they call it how to transfer your culture to another geographical area. That's one of the, and when I say culture, I talk about, you know, not the personality of your team, of your business, but also your systems and models and your training. I mean, your processes and implementation of your tools and everything. But there's good practices on how to do it. However, if you're not there, your goal should be local domination. And how do we do market domination? Can somebody, what's the only thing that if you do it, you're gonna almost guarantee success?
Learning about your market more? Or
Excuse me, Natalie?
learning more about your market?
Well, learning is one of it, you know, but we can learn a lot about a market. You know, if I want to lose weight, I can read a lot of books on how to lose weight. Will I lose weight if I read books? No, I have to go to the gym and train and exercise, right? So the only way, focus on a niche is a great technique. Who said that?
David.
David, focus on a niche is key. For me, it's key. You know, you have to become expert at something, you know, at something, you know. Think about it as a restaurant. When have you ever gone to a restaurant and you have been received by a person and that same person has taken you to a table and then your order and go to a kitchen and cook and then bring you the food? That doesn't happen anywhere else, but it happens in real estate. I've seen agents that have a property in downtown and then another one by an airport in a little house and then huge lands, right? So that would be, you know, David, that would be one of my main advices. Focus and be an expert at something, you know, even it's buyer clients, seller clients on an area, geographical area and industry. But to finishing up, the only way to actually become a local expert and to be recognized as one, of course, lead generation is one of them, and we could do a lot of conversations about lead generation, but listings. You have to, my recommendation is focus on getting listings. Of course, listings that are correctly taken, you know, at the correct price. You have to make sure you have good listings, but focus on a neighborhood and take as many listings as you can in that neighborhood, and then do the other neighborhood. A listing brings you at least 2 clients, 2 buyer clients. So listings is, for me, the number 1. And I'm gonna stop talking. I'm sorry.
No, it's super helpful. Thank you for sharing that, and I'll take you on that one for doing another session about Mexico, because Mexico is my
Absolutely.
favorite country. So
Absolutely.
when it comes
Sure.
to agents as well.
Natalie, I would like just to share one do before we disconnect.
Sure.
One do for everyone, for those explaining the agent attraction model, and for those considering to joining EXP. Before applying to EXP, make sure you fully understand the business model, because although it is wonderful and disruptive, it is not for everyone. So ensure that you understand the model, and that is the best for you and your business. And once you are completely sure, embrace the technology, education, and business opportunities that EXP offers to agents around the world. Once you are ready, we are here to welcome you and support you in your growth. So that would be a do
Awesome.
for new agents and for agents that are explaining the business model. Make sure the agents you are sharing this business model to with, they understand, because then we noticed that some agents on board EXP and they were not aware of many things about the model.
That's true.
And thanks for the invitation, Natalie. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Luzma, Isma, for joining us. Hopefully to see you again soon. I'm glad that you guys accepted the invite, because it's super important to connect with the managing brokers first, because we have so much support from EXP that we don't see. And you guys are doing so much work in the background. And you know, sometimes you're not even seeing, we can only see in the work, in EXP world. So thank you for being here in person, on camera.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you,
And
Natalie.
Awesome.
remember, if you need anything, you know, as agents from the EXP Mexico model, let us know. Go ahead, Emilia.
Something, well, I mean, Puerto Vallarta is a very touristic place. American and Canadians, they know perfectly what is EXP, but Mexicans, they don't know about EXP. Nobody knows about EXP. And maybe if I want a listing and here is KW and here is EXP, they go with KW, all the Mexicans. Maybe American and Canadians know. So I have the two main brokers here in this call, and so can we do I don't know, some ads or something, or conference or event or something to Mexico, so the Mexicans can know, and the Latin American people, they can know about EXP. I don't know if no,
Sure.
podemos hacer event or something.
Sure, Amelia, we're planning on some very not big but important road shows this year in the different main cities of the country. Ismael and I have a plan already, and we're going to share it with you guys very soon. So expect us in Puerto Vallarta, in Mexico City, Cancun, Monterrey, and the big main cities of the country. Sure.
And social media and
Sure.
We need to make noise about the EXP. That EXP is here and is the best real estate agency in the world.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so just a quick
Great.
note on that, if anybody of you or in your different regions and area have an idea on what could we do locally to introduce the brand. Also, quick note, we're changing the branding from EXP Mexico to EXP Realty. That's important. Okay? All across the world, it will be EXP Realty. We're not going to use the EXP Mexico brand or EXP India or EXP South Africa. It's EXP Realty. Okay. So if you guys have any ideas, make us a proposal. If there's a local magazine that has a lot of, weight on your market or something like that, make us a proposal and we will be considering all the options. Okay.
Okay, great.
I'll sign up for the road
Thank
show.
Can I ask
Violeta?
a question? How are you guys?
Just 1 second, Violeta.
Sure.
Luz, I can stay for a couple of minutes, and if you need to run or something, Luz,
Yeah, no. I can stay, a couple of minutes too.
Yes.
Yes.
Go
Thank you.
ahead, Violeta.
Hi, everyone. So I think, Emilia, that's your opportunity right now. I think we here in the States, I'm in the States, we went through the same thing where no one really knew who EXP was or maybe have heard of it, but that's your opportunity. And I think they offer on Thursdays, they offer a really good class online, a presentation of EXP Realty. So in my opinion, I think we should have another one, Luzma. So I try to send people on Thursdays, but there's only one day during the week. So maybe if it could be like a Tuesday, Thursday where you offer the presentation would be valuable. But Emilia, that's your opportunity, because you can say, hey, are you open to other business ventures? And then you can talk about EXP or send them here. But I didn't really come on here for that. That's just one thing. I would love that support, Isma. Are you seeing more sales in inland versus like the touristy areas?
It varies. It's January, for example, was a month where 7% of the production was made inland. Yes.
Super.
But sometimes it's the other way around. And throughout the year, I don't have the balance fresh on my mind right now. But we can look it up, Violeta. And also, Violeta, you were talking about like I'm sorry that I had to do the call real quick. But you're talking about like the weekly business model explain, right? And Emilia, when you said about getting EXP to be more known, you're talking about the clients, right? Because the model explained is more focused on agents. However, that is a great idea, Violeta, and it is a great opportunity for some of you. Imagine if you do a weekly EXP explain for clients, and you keep it regularly and constant and talk about, a particular market and what's going on in that area and how can EXP help buyers or sellers. That'd be, you will be the first one to do it, of course. So race on.
Yes, we have a great opportunity here. I think that Mexico and maybe Latin America, we have a delay, to US and Canada. So we have a great opportunity. This is a great model, and we have, I don't know, Uber or Net. It takes so long to came into Mexico, so we have a great opportunity here in Mexico with the EXP.
Yeah, that'd be one of my other consejos, advice. So pick one of the things that you can do with the EXP to help your clients and put it out there, make it consistent. For example, all of you here, I could say, I might be wrong. I could say that all of you here have something that none other real estate agent in Mexico has, right? And this is just one example. That is frame.
Yeah.
Frame, you could do virtual property open houses in Frame. You could build a virtual environment with one of your listings. You know, take a lot of pictures and you can import it into Frame. It's free. You don't have to pay it, and that's something you could do. You know, innovate. You know, and take advantage of the tools that you have at your disposal. Marco?
Hello. I just wanted to say that I believe we have a tremendous opportunity here in Mexico. Yes. Because of the moment that the company is living right now, compared to the United States, where many thousands of agents have already moved to EXP, and I think it's harder to bring high quantities of agents to your organization. In Mexico, the market is almost virgin, like they say. We have a potential to grow 10x the growth of more stable countries like United States. In theory, we could be more successful onboarding new agents in Mexico. It's easier. It will be easier than in the United States. The key is to find those agents, those productive agents who are already in the market, and bring them over. We need to bring professionals to EXP, not just people who are doing something else and want to start a real estate career, like you said before. And I see a big potential for us to grow our organizations or revenue share in Mexico in comparison to other countries. That's my comments.
Absolutely correct, Marco. There's a huge opportunity that we can take advantage of. Just before I go, I was trying to read through the messages, and I see a question from Steve Dunphy. Hey, Steve, about KV Corp. Yeah, we've tried to bring KV Corp to Mexico, and it's not up to us. It's up to them. KV Corp doesn't work in markets where there's not an MLS. So they're built around an MLS, and we don't have an MLS, well, national MLS or strong MLS in Mexico. We would love to have it. Oh, Steve just left. Okay.
No, I'm here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Yes, so that's the main issue. You know, we are introducing new technologies in order to offer our agents something similar to what they have in KV Corp. However, it's not a secret that we've been struggling to find a high quality partner, on the CRM realm. That's something that's, I don't know why, it's another business opportunity. We don't have a good CRM technology that is not built in the US to offer to our agents in Mexico. Right now, we're doing some testings. Well, not testing. We introduced Alter State. However, we're working with the developers of Alter State because we've seen a lack of bandwidth from their part on providing, agent support with technical difficulties. But yeah, we won't get KV Corp, Steve, for Mexico because they don't work here.
Okay, no, all good now. Thanks.
Yep. Welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Well, now I really oh, go. Sorry, Natalie.
And other questions. No, it's very helpful. Now you can find the managing brokers in Workplace, hear their names. Correct. We have some more content to present, and I appreciate that you guys came to the call and share with us more knowledge, and then get in contact with the agents here that are not only from Mexico, but from all over the place, all over other countries.
Correct. Well, we're happy to help. If anybody needs anything from me, or I me atrevo to speak for Luzma as well, you can find us on Workplace. And please, if you have any ideas, if you need anything, if you want to make a proposal, don't hesitate to send it to us. Okay?
Contact us. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Natalie.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So we're gonna continue with some content about Mexico right now. Let me see here. Okay. Let's see here. So for some of you that came here last week, we share about Mexico, basics, all the real estate in Mexico, the how, the what, and the why. So make sure that you go back to the agenda. If if you couldn't attend, it's recorded, it's in YouTube. We'll remove it out of YouTube because it's content sensitive for, EXP related, but it is gonna be there for a bit until we create an internal community that will put all the videos internally, because I mean, this is great information. You can share also with your clients. We'll have content for clients as well. This is also mostly for EXP agents. Today is also for EXP agents, so you get familiar with the managing brokers. And just to remind you, we are in 24 countries, and I don't know if you work with all of them or some of them, but we have so many great opportunities within each country right now. And that's why we're gonna be expanding the talk, not only to Mexico. We had 2 days of Mexico, but we'll come back with side conversations on Mexico, on CRM, technology, onboarding, agent attraction, together with the managing brokers. But then we have, as I mentioned, next week we'll have Spain. These are the regions we're in. You guys know that, but just a reminder, the world is a big place, and the whole idea with these calls is to understand, more of the what we do, how we do it, how we help our clients. When they step out of the US, they don't have all the systems in place, of course, but that's what we're here to help with all our partners in our local areas. Each agent can provide or share some of their partners in this area. We have also a database that we're creating to make sure that we only recommend good professionals that are plugged into the real estate space, and they are consistent. They're not in and out of the industry. Let's talk a little bit about commissions. So many people ask, so what's the commission in Mexico? It varies from the US, but it's good news because everything is negotiable. We can get anywhere from 2 to 10%, which, in the US, we're kind of pushing 2 to 3. Sometimes we can get more, but it depends. Then you have to split it with if you're a listing agent, you have to split it with somebody else, but it's, let's say, for the buyer's agents. So it's very flexible in Mexico. And the good news is that, yes, maybe the assets are not going to be, $500,000, maybe half, but the commission is really generous. So they motivate a lot of the agents here in Mexico to make sure that you close with certain developers or you sell that property. So they increase the commissions. So this question comes a lot. What is the commission and how do we split it? So for those that are in the call and I want to be referring agents, this is an example, a simple case study. Let's do some numbers. And this case study will kind of show us just, hey, so from every, let's say, GCI $10,000 that comes through when there's a referral, how much do I get to keep as a referring agent? This is simple math, and you might have done this in the past before. But let's say there is $10,000 coming in as a commission. I am the originating agent. If I'm in Chicago still and I cannot close a transaction in Mexico, I'll send it to somebody of my peers. In this case, let's say Puerto Vallarta. I know Emilia is there, so I trust her fully. And if I send a client to her, I know she's gonna take care of him or her, completely from A to Z. So then all I do is kind of send the referral. Emilia's finish the transaction, and all you do is kind of make sure you do lead generation and connect good leads with good agents. I can make $3,000, just by sending a referral. So if you're not sending referrals right now because you're like, you don't know, maybe you're missing out on some money, leaving money on the table, because people are moving everywhere. We had a case here in Cancun that somebody was selling their house in Chicago and they wanted to move back to Mexico. And if our agents don't talk about all the opportunities, our agent in Cancun could have sent a referral to Chicago and make an extra few $1,000s. So always pay attention where people are moving to and from, because there's always a transaction and a referral to be made. We always pay attention to these things and these numbers. So our clients tell us, I need to sell in Canada and move into Mexico. We're like, we have 2 transactions. It's not only one. We wait here until the client comes and sells the house in Canada. No, we send a referral as well, because that's extra money that we can be making by referring our Canadian peers or US peers when they're selling over there as well. So don't miss on these splits. This is just for reference. It's no matter, everything is negotiable. You can negotiate with your referring agent how much, how little, and this moves it's up to the 2 agents when they agree. If you don't know, if you haven't worked on the referral agreement yet, I don't know if you can put in the chat if you have yes, if you haven't, no. So we know, how much deeper we should go into the referral agreement and the explanation of it. But it's super simple, 2 pages that will walk you through who's sending the lead, who's receiving the lead, and who has the client information. When we receive referrals, we receive this form. Our managing brokers in both countries sign to make sure this contract is valid, and we're bounded to this. And you also put, how much is your ask? What is it if they're buying or listing, or if they are, what's the percentage that you like? The slide before. If you don't know how to do the contracts or you haven't seen it, please go to this video. You can scan it, and we have a video on explaining this contract A to Z, like from the top to the bottom, and how to send this in DigiSign. So if you don't have this contract, please let me know. You can, share in the chat in WhatsApp, and I already pasted there, I think a couple of days ago. This video is also in the WhatsApp group, but you can scan this code to get straight to the video on how to do this contract. We have a few more minutes. I want to introduce some of our signature agents that are here on the call. Some of them couldn't make it, but it's going to be by area. And we don't have everybody here, but we have the ones we're in contact constantly with. So please stay in touch, because if we don't see you or when you're not interacting with the group, we will forget that you're here or where you're located, because we have so many things to do each day. So if you're not like on top of mind, you're going to be forgotten. So that's why today we did at least the main areas that we are covering, which is the most popular right now for expats: Quintana Roo, Yucatan, Monterrey area, of course Puerto Vallarta, and a little bit of Querétaro. There's so many more listings that can be mentioned here, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna go super fast on who are the people we work with right now. Gus is in Yucatan. He's been a pro for the last 2 years. He knows the market very well, and I've been helping him with that. I'm currently in Mexico, and I moved to Merida right now this year full-time. So we'll be helping with anything that has to do with residential, land development, commercial, and industrial real estate in the whole peninsula of Yucatan. So if we can help you, we're here to help. You can find us here, or at the end, you can copy our information from Workplace. For Ribera Maya, we have the following agents that have been active and participating. They send me the photos. So if there's anybody that wants to participate from a different country that wants to be featured, please get in contact with me so we can put you here and make sure we highlight you, not only in your area, but also some of your listings or what how you want to help your clients. We have David in Cancun, covers Tulum as well, Playa del Carmen and Bacalar. Julieta, mostly Cancun, Puerto Morelos, and we have Marco in Riviera Maya, and also I think he's from Monterrey. Puerto Vallarta, we have 2 agents here on the call that have been participating earlier, Steven and Emilia out of Puerto Vallarta. They're focusing on luxury listings, but also regular listings to make sure that people that want to retire in Puerto Vallarta, they want to follow the lifestyle. So Puerto Vallarta is kind of the California of Mexico, and what is it? The southeast, Cancun, Yucatan is like the New York of Mexico. So they're expensive areas for what it is compared to Mexico prices, but we have great products that can be as low as maybe $140,000. So everything in between. So we have millions of dollars USD and millions and a few thousands for land purposes as well. For Monterrey,
Can I say something about it's Puerto Vallarta and Riviera Nayarit?
yes,
For Steven and me.
yes, here,
because Riviera Nayarit is growing a lot.
Mhm.
So it's Puerto Vallarta and Riviera Nayarit for Steven and me.
Perfect.
That's it.
I'll call you just the whole state for you because you take care of so much space, and thanks for being there, because sometimes we have agents that are there in picture, but they're not there as a showing agent. So it's very hard to refer an agent that is not physically there. So make sure that when we look for agents, they're actually in the market they say they are, because otherwise it's going to be hard. Once you send them a lead, they have to bounce the lead to somebody else that is the showing agent. So make sure that you work with agents that are actually there physically. We have Monterrey, Querétaro. I call it Monterrey, but I know it's Saltillo, but it's the closest city that I can remember. So Sandy is super, super good with all her marketing. She's on point with her listings, and she's a professional that has been in the market for many years. Mauricio is in Querétaro, and I need to learn more about Querétaro because I don't know enough, but he sent us a few listings as well to make sure we can showcase what he has in inventory. There's great prices in Querétaro, and it's growing so much because Mexico City is growing as well. Some costs. How much is the price? How much are the prices? How does it work? How much is the price per square meter or per square feet? So I put both, well, I kind of put it in USD for now. And these are just examples. I'm gonna fly through them, but you can watch the recording later, maybe take a screenshot if it helps. But this is Yucatan. In Yucatan, we have properties that are luxury properties. These are like, you know, Trump Tower, Chicago kind of amenities. This development has 27 amenities, which is a lot. Concierge service, is Airbnb friendly, is in Merida City, and is selling like crazy. We're having like a listing with them right now as an exclusive listing, and you can get it for as low as $139,000 USD, and it's a 1-bedroom studio. I think it's a 1-bedroom apartment, but you have 27 amenities. So once you get there, you're set. You don't have to go anywhere else, but you can also, you know, everything that you need is there, and you can also travel around Merida as well. We have houses as low as $160,000, and this is 1,400 square feet. So 1,400 square feet in size, 2 floors, high ceilings, by the beach. This is literally walking distance to the beach. So please make sure that you take a screenshot. Let us know if you have any questions. You can contact Gus directly or me. We have the same listings, Gus and I. We work as a team. And this is the price per square foot. So this is, I put it here for reference, so you can compare apples to apples. This one is, of course, more expensive because it has a ton of amenities. This is a standalone house. You only have a pool, which is in the house, but it's much lower. So you can get a house as low as starting at $160,000 by the beach. So this is really walking distance. So this might make you reconsider, where you send your clients. To get a beach house in Miami is super expensive. So we have other houses like start at $240,000, price per square meter at 154 as a reference. We have a 2-bed, 3-bath, 1-car garage. It's walking distance to the beach, as you can see. The beach is right there. And then the size is in square feet. This is the size of construction, and this is the size of the lot. So this is just for reference. So you can do the calculations, what you can get for what in which area. This is townhouse is in a city called Chelem. These lots are in Chukchuluk, and these lots are urbanizados. So they have electricity, water, and then they have amenities as well. They have all these amenities over here, and you can get the cost down as low as $9 per square feet. So it's super cheap. So you're gonna build your house, the house of your dreams, and you just get a reference. You can spend maybe $32,000 USD, and you have your land, and you can build whenever you're ready. There's no pressure to build or time. And we have a ton of projects like these in this price range that goes from anywhere from $8-9 per square foot to, of course, higher, as much as I think 120. And that's just for land. This is just for reference, so you have an idea on what's what and what you get for what in different areas. Riviera Maya, we have a listing right now in Puerto Morelos. There are 4 domes. If anybody's into like eco-living and sustainable living, it's a huge lot. It's 55,000 square feet. It's, I think, half an acre or hectarea. Half an hectare. So then you can get this piece of land with some domes. It's already Airbnb. It's already in the Airbnb platform. It's already making money, and you can get it for as low as $9 per square foot. So that I like to do the per square foot, because then we can compare the size and the price, and then at that point you will see the difference between what you get for what. And if it's more expensive, of course, you might get high-end marble floors and all things like that. But this is kind of an entry point. It's a huge piece of land. You can build whatever else you want, more domes or anything else. It's an example, just so you get an idea on Riviera Maya. As an example, we have Ocean Tulum here. It's one of the most sold developments in Tulum. This one has starts at 2-bed, 2-bath. We have smaller ones, a 1-bedroom too. 336. As you can see, prices in Tulum are more expensive than in Merida. And then, of course, you have the lifestyle and you have the traffic of vacation rentals, but of course you have to spend a little more money on these type of properties. And the price per square foot is 401 in this case. And we have smaller ones as well, but it varies on the same price per square foot. Here's some of the specs if you want to see them. And we're just comparing side by side, just so you get an idea with the markets. We have Bacalar, and David is on the call right now. If you want to leave your information, David, This is a luxury villa in Bacalar. I see very few available in Bacalar, especially with access to the water. So I don't know if you have dream to have a lake house somewhere in Michigan. Well, here's warmer and the lagoon is nicer. So this is a listing price right now, 1,000,003 USD, but it has 55,000 square feet. I don't think you can get this price in Michigan or Chicago, next to the lake, and it's warm year round. It's a beautiful lake, and this is like a mansion. You get a mansion for this price. Price per square foot for this land and house is $26 per square foot. So if you're interested, please contact David. This is one of the few listings I see in Bacalar, so that's why we wanted to highlight it with more pictures, because it's rare to find. So people are always asking us for Bacalar, and we cannot find enough listings. It's like on demand. Let's go to Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta, we have Steven and Emilia here. That's these two listings. As an example, just for reference, this house in Los Tigres is a privada, is a gated community, and you can see this one has a ton of amenities. I just put some of them because I couldn't fit them here, but it has the clubhouse, it has a security at the door, we have pool, terrace, full equipped kitchen, and it has very high-end finishes. It's a beautiful house. Puerto Vallarta, 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, so it's huge. You can fit your whole family there and some more, and you can always be hosting guests. The size, almost 4,000 square feet, for $1 million USD. And the price per square foot, if you divide this by that, it will be 267. So you can compare apples to apples. The one below is a little more expensive per square foot, but it has a beautiful view. You have view of the ocean, 2 bed, 2 bath. I think it's a condo. Emilia can confirm. You can contact Emilia if you like to learn more information about these two listings. And this is just 2 of many, because I couldn't fit everything in the presentation, and we're running out of time, but just to make sure that you have the specs, it's about 1,300 square feet. It's a condo, $500,000. It's by the water. I think you won't find this anywhere near Miami. So the prices are pretty reasonable in Puerto Vallarta compared to the US if you want beach living and ocean view. What else here? All the amenities here is in the 8th floor. And that's what it has a view. And it comes with 2 parking garages. We have Saltillo. And I just learned more about Saltillo because I didn't know much. That they have so many awesome houses and developments over there. And this is closer to down the center of the country. So it's closer to, I think it's between Monterrey and Mexico City. This is it's growing a lot as a city itself. And what are the prices? $128 per square foot. The size of this specific house is 3,700 square feet, and you can get a house for about 484,000 USD. It has 4 bedroom, 4 bath. It's a new construction, and it has all these amenities and the specs. One more here, Rincon in Saltillo, 4 beds, almost 6 bathrooms, 3,000 square feet. The price per square foot is 112. So I put this just so you do the calculations and you get an idea what the market is like in Mexico and different areas of the country, because Mexico is a big place. It's like talking about so many states in the US. We cannot compare, but at least you get an idea on what's what average price in USD and more. We have an app coming up which we've been working on for the last 3 months, and this app, the whole idea is to compare 2 different markets within countries, because you can compare right now, you can do a circle in the MLS in US, compare Miami to 5 miles, round based on a property, but you're going to compare 2 countries, you're going to compare 2 different cities in different countries. So the app will help just to do just that. Let's compare Cancun to Miami. I want to select the properties on the left for Cancun, on the right for Miami, and then you can get an ROI. So we're going to create this app in the next 6 months, and we launch it to help agents to prospect better, to get the language that the client wants to see, because as you can see, I spend a lot of time just translating from pesos to dollars, from meters to square feet, and then to get the calculation. This takes time. So that's the challenge when you start referring, because you're like, how big is it? And they give it to you in meters. And you're like, no, how much is in square feet? Okay, and then how much is, and then you have to do the calculation by hand. So right now, sometimes our agents do put it in USD and they put it in square feet in their listings. But in case they don't, we'll have this calculator that is not only helpful for agents, it's also helpful for clients, that you can select your own language, the way that you want to see either in meters or square feet, and the currency you want to see it at today's rate. Because, you know, dollar fluctuates up and down. So we want to make sure that we catch it when it's today's rate, because the price will vary based on how the peso goes up and down compared to the dollar. So this is going to be a live app, hopefully in 6 months. We're working a lot on development. And this is a side app. This is out from our group, Unicorn Properties. And we're going to share it with everybody within EXP to start the beta testing and then roll it out for the rest of the investors when they want to see what's the best ROI in Miami or Cancun. And we can be able to give them the actual percentage, like 6% versus 12%. When you buy here versus there. And that will make it easier also to suggest certain countries, certain cities, because the prices maybe make more sense one place versus the other. Last but not least, we've mentioned this risk to keep in mind in the last call, because risks are everywhere as long as you step out of the US, because the markets are not regulated. So when it's not regulated, as Ismael mentioned, there's no universal MLS. So you will find fractionated databases that will show you certain things, but sometimes you have to physically go to a city to check any title issues, or there's a lot of property scams. So the reason that this call is so important is because having the contact with the agents that you want to refer to or partner up with in other countries and other cities, just do that. Because sometimes we want to do everything ourselves, and we might end up with our client that we might suggest a land or a project that we don't know anything about because it looks nice on the internet. We see it online and we're like, oh yeah, I want to just do everything on my own. Please don't, because once you get into the market of Mexico, you'll find a lot of property scams and you will put your client at risk. So make sure you work with local agents. And there's a lot of things that we mentioned of this in the last call is recorded, so you can go back to it. But yeah, this is something to keep in mind. And then how can we work from here going forward? For now, we can, right now, you can get to know each other. This is a networking event, so you can refer each other clients. You can get to know each other, start a conversation, go deeper on the listings. How do I invest abroad? Maybe you can join more of the interviews we're going to be doing. Everything's in our YouTube channel, so you can scan this code and join and just watch everything for free. So we create a lot of content. I did an interview with Emilia as well about Puerto Vallarta, and everything that we do in Spanish we'll do translate with AI in English, so it will be available soon. You can also travel with us. We're going to be doing real estate tours around the world. I did this last year, and I did it on my own and with my own budget. But you can, if you're interested, you can probably be part of this, the same way that Ismael mentioned, that is going to be road shows everywhere in Mexico. So we'll be part of that for sure. We love that initiative, and we're creating our own initiatives on our own as well, because EXP is awesome there, the structure is there, but we need to build on top of that. It's not like everything is going to be given to us and easy and peasy, so we have to create the opportunities. The reason that we have this call is to just do that. So feel free to join our YouTube channel and get more information, and we're going to go to questions now. Thank you. This is my contact info. Emilia, I saw your hand a few times, so please go ahead.
No, only, para que sepan, only, I think only Los Cabos and Vallarta, we have an MLS. The only places in Mexico that they have MLS. I don't know, I think Cancun doesn't have an MLS.
No, we don't have
But,
yeah, there's fractionated, yeah.
Yeah, Vallarta, Los Cabos, we have an MLS, like an MLS like in the US.
Yes, for
Yeah,
the
that's-
MLS is the fractionated one. So there's city ones, but we don't have a country one.
Yeah.
That's what Ismael was
Yeah.
mentioning as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's the main reason we want to make sure that they connect with you for anything in detail for properties that you might not see online, or that you might see, but you don't trust the developer, you don't trust the agent. So we're gonna open it up for questions. I'm gonna stop recording now, and that way feel free to contact me. This is my WhatsApp. You can scan it and reach out to me directly. This is our channel, and then you can just follow us on Instagram as well. For now, that's it. Stop recording.